The 2023 Academy Award nominations are just a little over a month away, and I continue my look at who I believe will be nominated for each of the big categories. Last month, I kicked off with taking a look at each of the categories and who I thought was going to be nominated, and then, of course, who I think is going to win. Now, obviously over the last few weeks we've had multitude of races start to unfold with nominations coming in from film critics groups. The Golden Globes have announced who is going to be nominated, and of course Critics Choice has as well. As things start to unfold, I will start doing more and more of these videos over the next couple months, but today I'm going to update you with the best actor race. Before we dive in, if you could do me a favor, hit that little subscribe button. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And then, of course, comment below who you think your five is for the best actor race, and then who you think has an outside shot. Because I do think that while there is a solid 3 or 4 individuals in this category, I do think that there is a wild card and somebody else that's lingering on the outside looking in that could sneak into this 5. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into who the 5 I believe are in and the 2 guys that I think are on the outside looking in. All right, diving in first, currently sliding in at number 5, I have Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon. This is one that I had a little bit higher. I believe I had him at 3 last month. I have moved him down to the 5 slot. I do think that he is in a battle with Paul Giamatti for the holdovers for that 5th slot. To me, that back and forth battle could really be something that over the next few weeks we see kind of fully form. Giamatti has been getting a lot of love on the critics circuit, while Leonardo DiCaprio has been left out off of a lot of list. That being said, it is Leonardo DiCaprio. This is a Martin Scorsese film. This is a movie that's going to garner a lot of nominations. So when you look at that, you have to key in the fact that we could see Leonardo DiCaprio get that nomination for Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, coming in at number 4, steady at the number 4 position, I have Coleman Domingo for Rustin. With the rise of Lenny Kravitz's song, the original song that he did for Rustin, that has been getting a lot of headway over the last couple weeks when it comes to nominations and stuff like that. So we were looking at a scenario where Coleman Domingo might be in that Paul Mescal category of just a lone film nomination, but this could be something, and that will elevate Coleman in the forefront of things as well. If they can get a double nomination for the film for Rustin, Coleman Domingo with a fantastic performance in Rustin as well. Coming in at number 3, somebody that rose from number 5 to 3 on my list, that's Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. This is a film that I think is going to play incredibly well for the Academy. It's funny, it's got the satire, there's a serious tone to it, there's a healthy balance that Cord Jefferson brings to the table. But at the heart of the film is Jeffrey Wright's performance. It belongs in the conversation, not just for the nomination, but also the win as well, in my opinion. I do think this film will play well. I have moved him up as he has seen a lot of love over the last few weeks when it comes to critics groups, Critics' Choice, and more. So Jeffrey Wright sliding into that number 3 slot. Of course, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. This is a film, this is 100% a lock for a nomination, I think, across the board. I do think that he is in the conversation to win as well. How much can Oppenheimer win on Oscar night? The possibilities are endless. We're probably talking double-digit nominations for the film, top to bottom. You could potentially look at it having nominations in actor, supporting actor, and supporting actress. And then, of course, you also have screenplay, director, and picture. Like, you're talking the big categories. This film could see it across the board, also with it being decorated below the line as well. I do think this is a 1A, 1B race right now between who I believe is going to take home the Academy Award, and that is Bradley Cooper for Maestro. It would definitely not surprise me to see Cillian win the Oscar, but right now I'm going to fit the narrative that Bradley Cooper hasn't won. I do think that there's a possibility that he's on the outside looking in when it comes to director, but this could be looked at as an actor performance, even though I personally think that it should be both. But right now, I've got Bradley Cooper just at the top slot. Again, I could see him and Cillian. I do think this is a two-man race as we inch towards who wins the Oscar in March. Now, as I mentioned already, who do I have on the outside looking in? I did say, already mentioned Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. This is a film that is the prototypical 1980s, maybe early 90s feel good type of film that the Academy could fall head over heels for. And if it does, we could see sweeping nominations. Obviously, we see Devon Joy Radoff just annihilating the competition when it comes to supporting actress. So if it gets that kind of love across the board, we definitely could see Giamatti sneak into the five. Now, for my wild card, and I'm just going to call him a wild card because I believe that there's a sliver of a chance that the Academy is going to watch this film, and they're going to watch this film, and they're going to take it, and they're going to give it the recognition that it deserves. And hopefully it does come to fruition, but I know it probably has a small chance. And I'm going to go Zac Efron for the Iron Claw. I do think that this is a wild card of darts across the board, but with other critics groups not screening this film as early as everybody else has, the Academy has a longer window, a longer opportunity, and a better chance to see this film and hopefully give film and Efron the credit it deserves across the board. But that being said, I have the same five as I did last month with just the jockeying position for Jeffrey Wright. DiCaprio at 5, Coleman Domingo at 4, Jeffrey Wright at 3, Cillian Murphy at 2, and Bradley Cooper taking home the best Oscar trophy for Maestro. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think I got it right? Where did I get it wrong? Who do you have winning? And who do you think is a sleeper to be nominated for Best Actor? I'll talk to you guys later.